contract is signed, that's a done deal. You don't want IRS to be coming for you. Girl, I'm not gonna be bailing you out. You need to know you're beautiful, you're perfect just like you are. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Georgia. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about 10 things that I've learned as a travel nurse. So if you guys want to see this video, make sure you guys go ahead, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. So let's get started with the video. I have my little paper right here, and I'm going to be talking about the 10 things that I've learned while being a travel nurse. Let's go. So the first one is make sure you maintain or create a routine. So when I'm talking about that, you want to make sure that you know where you are going. So the first one that I have is start planning from you accept the assignment. Don't start planning before you accept the assignment. Don't start planning before you do the interview and you said, okay, it's a done deal, I signed the contract. You know, don't start before you do all of those things. Make sure that you know you're gonna go there, you sign the contract, everything is confirmed, and you know exactly you know that you're going there. So start planning right there. As you sign the contract, that's when you start planning. Okay, so think about where you're gonna go. So think about the state that you're gonna go, the crime level, like if there's a lot of theft. Are you gonna be in the country? Are you gonna be in the city? Right? And then where is the hospital located? Is it in the country area where there's no transportation, or is it the city where you can take a train? You can take a train, you can take Uber, and it's not that expensive. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do once we figure out all of that, where the hospital is, we're gonna start looking for housing. And when you're looking for housing, you want the housing to be close to the hospital, so you don't have to drive far. Like maybe, like I would say, like 10 to 20 minutes driving, or if you can find something less than 10 minutes, that would be great. So try to find housing, like look at the cost of housing around the area, and decide if you are going to get an apartment, if you're going to get a shared room, or not shared room but share housing where you get a room in someone's house, or you're gonna get a hotel, like extended stay, because they do offer like a lot of extended stay. Are you going to do look for your own housing, or are you going to make the agency look for housing for you? My suggestion is to look for your own housing instead of making the agency look for housing for you. And then if you do like shopping like me, like I love going to Ross, so is there shopping areas nearby, the closest supermarket, because we gotta eat, right? So look about supermarket, airport. You want to travel on your days out, because as nurses we work 3 days, and if you do want to pick up an extra day, you can pick up an extra day, but then you still have 3 more days left out of that whole 7-day stretch. And sometimes you just want to take like a mini vacation. So look where the airport is located, and make sure that when you get your housing, like it's like centrally, so it's close to the hospital, and it's also close to like shopping areas, food, and the airport. What shifts you're doing? So most of the times you either work 3/12s, or sometimes they do 4/12s. And I also saw like I think it was like 5/8, so you work like Monday to Friday, 8-hour shifts. So try to decide like what shift you are going to work, so you can better like calculate, like, okay, I'm gonna be working 3/12s, so I'm gonna have 4 days off. What am I gonna do with my 4 days off? So you say the first days off you take some nap, the next day off maybe you go somewhere and visit the place, you know. and get some food. So that's for number one. Number one, make sure to maintain and create some type of routine. So we have get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's a big thing because we as travelers, like, you're gonna be in a totally different environment. You're gonna see things that you have not seen because you're in a different state. The rules and regulations are totally different. It's a slight similarity, but most of the times it's different. Okay, so remember that you're the new girl on block, and the first impression is always the most lasting impression. So you always want to have a positive attitude, smiling, be pleasant. And when you do so, like, your coworkers will notice that, and they will be more receptive towards you, and more um more likely to help you to do whatever tasks you have at hand. In that bracket, I have tell yourself that whatever you are going through in that assignment, whatever you're going through, either negative or positive, it's working with you instead of working against you. And just look at the greater good. So sometimes some things happen and you're like, oh my God, why did that happen to me? Just think of it as this happened as a learning experience, and I'm going to be learning from it, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. Or you just look at the positive side. Or say sometimes you, like, they put you on a different unit and you didn't want to work, you didn't want to work that unit, right? But then when you left that unit, but the unit that you were so fussing to go on, it's been cold all night, and you're like, oh wow, thank you Lord. I just look at the positive side instead of the negative side. And in that bracket, I also have, if you don't know, talk up. And it's better to ask question than to try and guess. Never do this. Never guess. If you don't know something, or if you have a slight doubt about something, don't do it. Please don't. You don't want to be making mistakes. Like, we know you are going to make mistakes, but if you have that feeling that it's not right, that's why we have supervisors. Go to your supervisors. If you think that your supervisor can help you, your supervisor have supervisor. Follow the chain of command and try to figure it out. So use your critical judgment. I'm talking about your gut feeling. So if you're doing something, and so for instance, like, you're drawing blood, right? And you don't feel the vein properly, or okay, the veins start rolling, and your gut feeling is telling you to take it out, but you continue pushing, and then you damage that person, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Follow your gut feeling. Most of the time, your first instinct is most times correct. You remember in nursing school where they tell you when you have a test and you're like picking between two questions, and your mind is telling you to do, your mind is saying, oh, that's the answer, but then you go against your mind, and when you do that, answer incorrect because you went against, because remember, you got to remember this, okay? When something happens and your mind is telling you, okay, no, red flag, stop, 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 stop. So most of the times it's like a memory box that you don't know where that memory come from, but the memory is there and it's trying to signal you, trying to tell you, stop, no danger, you gotta stop, 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 stop. But then when you continue to proceed, that's when you get into danger, and we don't want that. Go with the flow. So that's the next one, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So go with the flow. So remember, this is a new place, okay? So you're not gonna go in there and act like you're the boss of everything and you know everything. No, it doesn't go like that, because it's a new place. You don't know anything, you're learning. So you're gonna go and try to adapt, okay? Try to become familiarize yourself with what goes on at that hospital. What are their rules and regulations? What are the procedures? The hospital have a different way of doing things. So things that you have been doing at your staff position, traveling, sometimes gonna be totally different, and you gotta adapt and learn new ways. So for number 3, I have, there would be moments of loneliness and boredom. And but there's a difference between, you know, being alone and being lonely. Like, when you think about being lonely, it's a temporary thing. And I think while traveling, you put yourself in their shoes to be lonely, because most of the times you're not traveling with anyone. You're on a solo adventure. You call your family, and call your family. I don't know if you like doing TikToks, do TikToks, watch TikToks, watch binge watch series, because that's what I've been doing. When I get lonely, I've been binge watching series. Like, I've watched 3 or 4 series in the past 2 weeks, and most of them have like so much episode. Like, one of them is like went on to episode 2, and I finished everything. So being lonely, like, it's just temporary. You gotta remember, you're working because you want that money, and you have things that you want to achieve. Once you get that money, and once you get all of that you want, girl, you're gonna be, or boy, you're gonna be sitting at home like, oh, I remember I was lonely, but now I'm with my family. I'm in like my dream house. For me, being a travel nurse, I've gotten to know myself way more. Like, I used to be so codependent on my husband that, like, I would just be like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Or I'll be doing it and I see him come through the door, and I'm like, Jay, can you fix this for me? I can't fix it. But like, once you start traveling, you start becoming more independent. You start be like, okay, I got this, I could do this myself. Your car break down, you know how to fix a tire yourself. Girl, I don't know how to do that. That's why I got a Nissan thing. But okay, let's not go there. Let's not go there. But yeah, like, you become so independent, and that codependent era, it's like slowly vanishing, and that's what you want. Just remember that loneliness is not permanent. Like, it's a lifestyle. That's what we chose to do. We chose to go on an adventure, a solo adventure, and this is what we're doing. Got the Sagittarius in me. Okay, let's not talk about that. Adventure Saggy. It's almost my birthday too, but yeah. So number 4, always have a learning mentality. So what I mean by this is it very important to be a student in your life. It's very critical, basically, because like, once you have that learning mentality, for somebody else to teach you, it's going to be easier. Like, you're gonna be more receptive towards them teaching you. You're not gonna be acting like you know everything. But when you become a student of life, there's others, like, there's like older, or say there's veteran staff, right? So they may teach you ways to do things that are much faster and safe at the same time. Much faster and safer at the same time. And it's like basically killing two birds with one stone. Or there's different ways to skin a cat, if you ever heard of that saying. So like become a learner, have that learner mentality, so it's easier for people to teach you, because nobody knows everything. And I tell you, I learn things. I've learned so much in this past 2 years. I've learned so much about myself, and I've learned so much about this profession. And like it's because of my mentality. Like I don't go there acting like I know everything. I am very receptive to learning from others and listening. Like active listening is really like fundamental. So, for number five, I have remember to enjoy yourself. So, you're here traveling and working, but you also want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to burn yourself out. And what's the sense of traveling to different states when there's no other experience than working? You want to just go on Google and type in things to do in, right now I'm in Albuquerque, so things to do in Albuquerque, or fun place to eat, or fun place to go in Albuquerque, you know, or 10 things to do in whatever state you are in, you know, and take pictures, make an album. I like creating albums, so make pictures, create albums. You do have like free prints, so you can with the free prints, you can basically, wherever you go, you just take your picture and you get 85 free prints every single month. And you take your pictures, you get your album, and you print out your pictures every month. And you have those, when you get old, you can look back at it. Like every state you go to, you can be like, oh yeah, I was in Georgia, and yeah, this was this girl that I met. I forgot her name, but she was really nice. She was the first person that taught me that, So yeah, enjoy yourself. Don't be burned out. Google things. Try to get some sleep. Watch some movies. Talk to people that you have never spoken to. Learn about different culture. Broaden your mindset. Like me, like before traveling, like I wasn't close-minded, I was open-minded. But right now, like I have gained so much experience where there was certain, like 2 years ago, there was things that I could never talk to someone about or know about. But right now, learning from different people, different culture, like I could talk about that, so have fun while you're traveling. Don't be just stuck in the house or just going to work your 3 days or 4 days or 5 to 8. Yeah, you want to have some adventure while you're working. And for the sixth one, I have save, 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 make a budget, and write down how much money you're taking home, and have a safety net. Like, have a safety net. You never know what is going to happen on your contract, so you want to have a safety net. For seven, I have read your contract. So basically, you want to read your contract and go over it with a fine tooth comb, because once you sign that contract, that's the end of it. Like you'll hear, oh yeah, we'll do it, but you never like it wasn't in the contract when you sign it, so they're not obligated to do it. So you want to make sure that you read your contract thoroughly. And you want to, things that you can look out for when you read your contract, you want to look at the hourly rate for your first 36 hours, how much you make overtime. You want to see about requesting days off, cancellation policy, your guaranteed hours, like holidays, what they consider holiday, what days they consider holidays, reimbursement. Do you get it before? I mean, do you get it while like your first paycheck? Do you get it after? You want to make sure that you have everything, the shift time, what time your shift start, and the specific unit that you're going to be on. Because sometimes when we go on travel assignments, you be signing a contract for psych or signing a contract for med surge, and they put you somewhere else, but you have no experience in that specialty. And you want to make sure that you know exactly what unit you're supposed to be on, because remember, your license is at stake. Like if you do that, you get an assignment and you are supposed to be working on whatever unit or whatever floor, and then they put you on some floor that you have no experience and you make a mistake, you did not talk up. And that was, I think, tip number 3. I believe you gotta talk up, you gotta speak up, you gotta listen to your gut feeling. So for number 8, which it's a very, very, you need to do this. Let your company take the taxes out. Don't sign a contract with a company that does not take the taxes out. Which my first contract was with a company that doesn't take the taxes out. You know, sometimes it's like because they don't take the taxes out, you'll be like, oh my god, I'm making so much money. Like you just want all of that money. But you gotta remember, at the end of the year, you gotta pay back all of those taxes. So make sure when you sign a contract, the company is actually taking the taxes out for you, so then you don't have to worry about anything, because IRS to be coming for you. Girl, I'm not gonna be bailing you out. Next one, number 9, is the best time to negotiate is before signing the contract, which I already talk about I talk a little bit about that, where yeah, you want to make sure that you negotiate before you sign the contract. How contract is signed, that's a done deal. They don't care about you, they don't care nothing about you. You just yeah, you gotta negotiate before you sign a contract, girly. And then the last one is always be yourself, because if you're not being yourself, yeah, always be yourself, but be professional while you're at it. Okay? Because if you're not being yourself, if you're not authentic, they will figure it out. And you're gonna be looking fake. You don't want to be looking fake. You want to be yourself, but be professional, and that will have you'll have a better interaction with the patients and with the staff member, like family, you know. But that is the end of the video. That is my 10 tips I've learned since I've been a travel nurse. I do have more, but if you guys want to see more or want to hear about some more, I can make a next video. But if you guys do like this video, make sure you guys go ahead, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. And also guys, make sure you guys go ahead, go over to Instagram and follow me on Instagram at Iamjustgeorgiak. And if you are not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me on TikTok at Iamjustgeorgiak. I'll make sure that I think the link to my TikTok is in my about section. I'm going to put the link also for my Instagram. I just got back Instagram, so like my following is like a little bit low right now, but I don't know, I have it like maybe 4 days now, and I have like 26 followers. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching one more time. And if you guys do like this type of video, make sure you guys leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to do more videos. Oh, I already did a video like that, how to be a travel nurse with less than 1 year experience, because I started traveling with only 2 months of experience. And I can tell you how I did that. So if you guys do like this video, make sure you guys go ahead, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys. I'll see you.